everyone has different audiences. So what works for Mr. Beast might not work for me, right? So what I did is like I did my own little experiment. Like when I knew I wanted to get into shorts, I told myself I was going to upload every day for as long as possible. And I think I only got like a week or two in. I didn't get that far, but the goal was essentially to upload as much as possible. Quantity is what makes quality. When I was doing that quantity, I would analyze my retention graph. And this is just like one example I'll just pull out for you. So there was one video after 5 days, I got, I think it was like 50,000 views in 5 days, right? Which on average, I usually get like 1 million. So I was not happy with the performance. And I pulled up the retention graph and I noticed on the last second, it was a huge dip. It was 70%. 1 second later, it was 45%, like a 25% drop in 1 second. And the retention was 83%. So what I did was I went to YouTube Studio. I trimmed off that 1 second. YouTube removed this feature, by the way. YouTube, please bring it back. But just by removing that 1 second at the end, it went from 83% to 88%. And the video went flying. And that's why like every second counts on a short, like every single second. Because when you think about it, let's say you have a 30-second short, right? If you lose 1 second, that's already 97%. That's 3 percentages. You know, if you lose 2 seconds, that's 6%. So when you think about it on shorts, like you're not just losing 1 second, you're losing double or even triple because that 1 second accumulates to 2 or 3% of the video.
The takeaway here, I believe, is that you really want in a short high retention. Of course, we want high retention in everything. But I've heard some people talk about you really want people to sometimes loop and watch even into a repeat of the thing. Is that true?
Yes. And I'll explain why. The average scroll through rate, which is basically like on YouTube Shorts, you can see what percentage of people viewed versus swiped away. And I like to call it scroll through rate. But the average scroll through rate is like 70%. You want to get that as high as possible. My personal scroll through rate is like 85%. So my average scroll through rate is 85%, but my average retention is 95%. If only 85% of people are watching it, how does the retention subtly get to 95%? It's because they're rewatching it.